peculiarly enough, we have the same slokas, Praksha Gruhanam Sarvesham Triprakaro Vidismrtah Vikrushtachya Chatrasrachya Tatrachaiva Yog Prayoktibihi is the second sloka in the bracket that we have done before the 12th sloka. And the third sloka we have done before the 12th sloka in the brackets is Kaniyastu Smritam Trashyam Chaturasrancha Madhyamam Jastam Vikrishnam Vignayam Natyaveshma Prayoktibihi. That's the same thing that is repeated. Out of there are three, the first sloka mentioned, there are three sizes, the rectangle, the square and the triangle for the auditorium. And out of this, the triangle is the smallest, the square is the middle level, and the rectangle is the bigger one. These slokas we have done earlier, but again they are repeated here, so we are repeating what they have said. Now we'll do the 22 and 23 slokas and finish this lesson. Devanam manasi srishtihi gruheshu upavaneshu cha yatna bhavabhinispannaha sarve bhavahi manushaha. 22nd sloka. Devanam manasi srishtihi. If the gods want to create anything, gruheshu upavaneshu cha, if they want to build a house or a garden or anything they want to create, they just think of it and it will be there. So their measurements, their requirements, their design, their interior decoration, everything is just by thought they can create. Whereas yatna bhava bhinispanna sarve bhava hi manushaha, by effort they have to imagine, they have to think, they have to create material for that, they have to provide place, they have to provide all infrastructure before a construction is done. So yatna bhava bhinispanna, by their imagination, their effort, sarve bhava hi manusha, everything can be done only by making efforts and creating the material required for the construction for the human beings. Therefore, he says in 23, Tasmat Devakrutair Bhavaihi Na Vispardheta Manushaha. Tasmat Devakrutaihi Bhavaihi Na Vispardheta Manushaha. Manushasya tu Gehasya Sampravakshami Lakshanam. Tasmat, therefore, Devakrutaihi Bhavaihi Vispardheta Manushaha. Na Vispardheta Manushaha. Human beings should not compete with the kind of auditoriums and the interior decorations and the kind of designs and all those things created by gods. With that, human beings should not compete. Manushasya tu gehasya, of the human beings auditorium, sampravakshami lakshanam. Now I will give you the characteristics of a human auditorium. Auditorium, stage for constructed by the human beings. That is 23rd sloka. Good morning. We start with the sloka number 24. 24 to 26, Bharata deals with the selection of the land for the construction of the auditorium. So sloka number 24. Bhumer vibhagam purvam tu pariksheta prayojakaha. Tato vastu pramanena prarabheta shubhechaya. One who wants to perform drama or dance first has to auspiciously look at a plot. For examining the plot according to Shastra, he has to do according to standards prescribed and then start building the auditorium after selecting the plot. So basically what he says, Bhumer Vibhagam Purvantu Pariksheta. First of all, Purva means before doing anything else. Pariksheta, examine. Prayojakaha, whether it is useful or not, Bhumer Vibhagam. So the selection of the plot has to be done. It should be according to Vastu Pramana, standards. Prarabheta Shubhechya, with positive mind, he should start. That is sloka number 24. 25 says, how should the land be? Sama, Sthiratu, Kathina, Krishna, Gauri cha ya bhavet, Bhumistatraiva kartavyah, Kartrubihi, Natyamandapaha. those who want Kartribhihi Natya Mandapa, those who want to create Natya Mandapa, should select a place, Sama. The land should be equal, and it should not be unequal with up and down. Sthira, it should be stable. That means it should not be loose soil. And the same thing he says, Kathina means very hard, stable and strong. It should be Krishna, Gauri, either it should be black soil or it should be wheatish color. Bhumis tatraiva kartavya. You have to select a place which is equal, it is on the same plane without ups and downs, which is stable, strong, which is either in color black or in wheat. So that is 25th sloka. Prathamam shodhanam kritva langalena samatkrushet astikila kapalani tronagulmam cha shodhayet. In sloka number 25, he talks about the external qualities of the land. In sloka number 26, he talks about the internal qualities. Prathamam shodhanam krutva. First, shodhanam means examine the land outside. Then, langulena samatkrushet. Take a plow and then plow the land. Samatkrushet. Because there may be asti, kila, kapalani. Asti means bones. Kila means, nails, iron nails. Kapalani means there may be skulls. Trona gulmam shodhayet. There may be, bushes, grass, and all the things. So they should be all removed and made internally and externally in one level. So these three slokas, 24, 25, 26, talk about the selection of the land and purifying it internally and externally. Then we go to slokas number 26 onwards, 27 onwards. 27, how to measure the land and what are the muhurtams, what are the best nakshatrams in which can be done. 27. Shodhayitva vasumatim pramanam nirdishet tatah pushya nakshatra yogena shuklam sutram prasarayet. Shodhayitva vasumatim. After examining the land, pramanam nirdishet tatah. After purifying the land, according to Shastra, you have to standardize. You should understand this is the proper land. Then what you should do? Pushya nakshatra yogena shuklam sutram prasarayet. On a Pushyami nakshatra day, you have to use a white thread to measure the land. You see, actually what they do is they take a thread and put column on that, or rice flour madri, you have to put some rice flour on the thread as you measure the land. So that is what he says, but there is a shloka in between, an extra shloka in the Baroda edition of the Natya Shastra, which says Trini uttarani saumyam cha vishakha apicha revati hastatishya anuradhacha prashasta natya karmani. I will give you this shloka in text after reciting all these shlokas. Trini uttarani. There are three nakshatrams with the word uttara in them. There is a uttara shada, there is a uttara bhadra, and there is an uttara phalguni. And these three nakshatras, Saumya means Mrugashira nakshatra, Vishakha means Vishakha nakshatram, Revati is Revati nakshatram, Hasta is Hasta nakshatram, Hasta Tishya means Pushyami nakshatram, Anuradha is Anuradha. So, Trini Uttara ante Uttara Bhadra, Uttara Shada, Uttara Phalguni, Hasta, Vishakha, Revati, Anuradha. These are the nakshatras which are very auspicious for measuring the land. That is shloka number 27 and the extra shloka. 28. Karpasam balbajam vapi maunjam valkalame vacha sutram baddhaistu kartavyam yaschit chedo na vidyate. Buddhaistu means intellectual people, stupid people, imbeciles should not undertake to measure the land. You should have proper knowledge of this. Buddhaistu, that means that's why he says buddhi irkaravanga. They have to start. Karpasam means a thread. Karpasa means a thread. Balkajam is a kind of a grass for measurement. Same thing is Maunjam is also another grass. Valkalam is another kind of grass. So you have to take a blade of grass which is strong enough, and with that you will make a rope, and the thread is used. Sutram buddhaistu kartavyam. They have to make a sutra means a thread. And yaschit chedo navidyate. It should not be having too many knots. It should be one length of a straight thread without any joints and knots. That is shloka number 28. Then why should we not have knots? He says there are dangers if you have threads with knots and they break in between. So 29 and 30, it tells the shlokas that is, it's not good. These are bad omens. Ardha chinne bhavet sutre swamino maranam dhruvam. Tribhaga chinnaya rajva rashtrakopo vidhiyate. If the thread is broken into the half, then the owner of the auditorium will die. And if it is one third, Tribhaga chinnaya, one third if it is broken, it will become Rashtra Prakopam, means there will be, it will create a kind of a disaster in the state. That is the shloka. And the 30th shloka says, furthermore, Chinnayam to Chaturbhage, if it is broken one fourth. Let me read the shloka first and then give the meaning. Chinnayam to Chaturbhage prayoktur uchyate astas प्रभ्रष्टयावापि कच्चित् त्वपचयो भवेत्. Chinnayam to Chaturbhage, if it is broken into one fourth, prayoktur nasya uchyate. The person who is going to perform there, the producer of the drama who has made this auditorium intended for it, if it, he will die. Astat prabhrashtaya, if it is dropped out of the, while measuring, if you hold it loosely and it drops, it is kachit tvapachaya bhavet. Some bad omen, it's a bad omen. See, basically what he wants to say in 29 and 30 is not to scare people with the superstitions. He wants to tell you that when you want to do something, you have to do it with dedication, hold it properly, take a good rope, and it does not break in between. And he will tell you some of those tenets that it is inauspicious to do that. Just by saying that, so that you will not try to break it or take it casually when you're doing this. So that is why the shloka number 31 says, Tasman nityam prayatnena rajjugrahanamishyate karyanchaiva prayatnena nunam natya gruhasyatu. Tasmat, therefore, nityam, always, prayatnena, make sincere effort. Rajjugrahanamishyate, you have to hold the rajju means thread, sutra means also thread. The measuring thread should be held very firmly. Karyanchaiva prayatnena, and the work that you are doing, it should be done with dedication, not a gruhasyatu, for the construction of the auditorium. We'll stop at 31 and we'll do the rest of the shlokas after that. Okay? Now 32 to 35 will tell you how to measure the land, how to divide the land, how to purify the land. In 32 it talks about cleaning and purifying. Muhurtena anukulena tidhya sukarnena cha brahmanam tarpayitvat punyaham vachayet tatha. You might have heard this word punyaha vachanam, shuddhi punyaha vachanam. When you have a child at home, or when there is a death at home, when you do some new gruha pravesham, you take mango leaves, put it in turmeric water and sprinkle the entire house with that. That is called punyaha vachanam. So use just the word punyaham vachayet tataha. muhurtena anukulena, in a proper muhurtam, which is you should see whether there is tarabalam, chandrabalam. It's basically he uses the word tidhya sukarane anacha. You have to see the good tidhi, good nakshatram, good muhurtam, good karanam. Actually, when we talk about as dancers and artists, as teachers, we should also know a little more than what others know. A little bit more knowledge does not make any harm. Less knowledge may cause problems. So what is Panchangam we need to know here, because Panchangam means, we use this word almanac. Panchangam means Pancha is 5, Anga means limbs. There are 5 components in any Panchangam. The 5 are, one is Tithi, that means Dashami, Navami, Ekadashi, Paurnami, Madri. And the next one is Varam, Adivaram, Somvaram, Mangala, Guruvaram, or whatever it is. And then Nakshatrams, you know Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, like 27 Nakshatrams. These are 3. The 4th and 5th are Yogam and Karanam. There are 27 different yogas. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. You should see what are the Yogams. And Karanams also, there are auspicious and inauspicious Karanams. There are 11 of them. So Tithi is 1, Varam is 2, Nakshatram is 3, Yogam is 4, Karanam is 5. These 5 limbs together, Pancha limbs together, Pancha Anga is called Pancha Anga. So in thus he says, Muhurtena Anukulena, in a proper Muhurtam which is suitable to us, Tidhya, on this proper Tidhi which is suitable to us, Sukarananacha, in a proper Karanam. Out of the 5 Angams, Karanam is 1. Brahmanam Tarpayitva, you have to give Dhanam to the Pujari who does this puja. Punyaha Vachayet Tatha, then sprinkle, purify the entire piece of land. That is 32. 33, 34. Shantitoyam tato datva tatah sutram prasarayet chatushastikaran kritva dvidha kuryat punaschatate. First what you should do is Shantitoyam. In the Shanti Pandana Viraga, after finishing this kind of Shanti, Toyam means water. This manjal neer and the turmeric water which is done after the puja is done, you sprinkle that. Tato Datva, take that water and sprinkle it. Sutram Prasarayet, then start measurement. Sutram is thread. Prasarayet, expand, unfold the thread. Chatushastikaran Kritva, first measure 64 hand lengths. Then Vidha Kuryat Panachita, then divide it into 2 halves, that means 32, 32. Then the 34th shloka says, Prishtato yo bhaved bhago vidha bhutasya dasyatu samardha vibhagena ranga sirsham prakalpayet. Of the 32 that you made first in the 64th, in the 33rd shloka, second line, you divide, first measure 64 arm lengths and divide that into 2 equal halves, 32, 32. And out of this 32, again make it 16, 16. Prishtato yo bhaved bhagah, the back side of the 32 is divided into 2 again. So you imagine a rectangle in front of you, and if this page you are looking at, your phone you are looking at, the top portion is the back portion. The portion that is facing you is the front portion. So the back portion is, you divide that into 32, 32, and the back portion again divided into 16, 16. The last portion means at the end of the phone side, 16 is Samardha Vibhagetu Ranga Sirsham Prakalpayet. So out of the last portion is called, he will tell you in the next sloka, that is the green room. The second portion, that means there are 2 portions in the second half which are facing the end of the phone. If that is divided into 2, the top portion is the green room, the second portion, the central portion, is the stage. Prishtato yo bhaved bhagah Dvidha bhutasya tasya tu, after dividing the second half into two halves, Samardha vibhagena, in the central portion, Ranga Sirsham prakalpayet, you make the stage. Then the 35th sloka. Pachime cha vibhagedha nepatyu grahamadishet vibhajya bhagan vidivat yadhavad anupurvashaha. As said in the sloka, Pachimecha Vibhagaka, the topmost part of the western side is Napatya Gruhamadishet, the green room is created. Vivajya Bhagan Vidivat, you have to divide 64 into 2 halves, 32. 32. The front half is facing the U and the back half is facing the end of the phone. That back half is divided into two. The last topmost part is the green room. The second central part is the stage. This is how it is done. There we will stop at 35. Then we talk about the stage in the next version of the shlokas. That is, thank you. Good morning. Here we talk about from 36 to 54 shlokas today. The first one deals with the foundation stone until almost 43rd shloka, 42nd, 43rd. From then we have pillars from 44 to 54 and the walls. So we will talk about those things. The construction of the mandapa, that means the stage, the auditorium. So we begin with 36. Shubhe nakshatra yoge cha mandapasya niveshanam shabda dundubi nirghoshaihi mrudanga panavadibihi sarvatojjaihi pranuditaihi sthapanam karyamevatu. These three lines we will first deal with. 36 plus 37th first line. And Shubha Nakshatram and Shubha Yogam, Shubha Nakshatra Yoga, Mandapasya Niveshanam. You have to start the inauguration of the Mandapam. Inauguration means foundation stone. How should it be done? Shanka Dundubi Nirghoshaihi Mridanga Panavadibhi Sarvatojjaihi. So he says all the musical instruments. Sarva Atodhyam means musical instruments. Sarvatojjaihi, Shankha, conch shells, Dundubi, trumpets, the sounds of Nirghosha means the sounds of that, Mridanga Panavadivihi, huge drums and mridangams should be employed. You know, all these musical instruments and drums and trumpets are played because you don't want to listen to any inauspicious somebody sneezing or something like that. So, or foxes or dogs roaring or barking or things like that. We don't want to listen to unwanted sounds. So we will cover it up with auspicious sounds. So Shubhe Nakshatra Yoge cha Mandapasya Nivesana, on a Shubha Nakshatram and Yogam will start the foundation stone. Shanka Dundubi Nirghoshaihi Mridanga Panavadivi Sarvatojjaya, all kinds of instruments, Shanka, Dundubi, Mridanga and Panava. Pranuditaihi, while they are being played, Sthapanam Karyamevatu, you have to put the foundation stone at that time. That is 36 and 37 one line. 37 second line, and we'll continue to do alternate lines, sometimes adding one more line. So don't worry about the lines. Utsaryani tvanishtani pashandaha shramanastadha kashaya vasanascheva vikalascheva ye naraha. We have to remove people. Utsaryani should be removed. What should be removed? Anishtani, those unwanted things, those undesirable things from there. Who are all the undesirable people? Pashandaha means a kind of eunuchs kind of people who are destroyers. And ashramanastada, we have taken an ashramam, sannyasashramamo, yadavad or ashramam. So people from hermitages, kashaya vasanascha, people who have saffron clothes on them, vikalaschaiva, physically handicapped children, children, not children, but physically handicapped anybody. All kind of people should be removed. So all inauspicious things must be removed from there, like the Pashandas, like those who have taken any ashramam, or those who are wearing saffron clothes, or those who are physically disabled. And this sloka, next sloka is Nishayancha Balikaryo Nana Bhojana Sanyutah Gandha Pushpa Palopeto Disho Dasha Samastritah. Nishayam, at the night before the foundation stone, Balihi Karya. You have to do the Bali. Bali means offering. Please don't ever understand Bali means killing an animal. Nana Bhojana Sanyuta, he clarifies that different kinds of food, rice should be given. Different colors of rice he will tell you in the later slokas, along with Gandha Pushpa Phala, with Gandham, Pushpam and Phalam. Sandal paste, flowers and fruits. Where should we give it? Disho Dasha Samastritah, on all the 10 sides. What are the 10 sides? We will come to know a little later. I will explain that when I talk about the Vastu Shastra. But 10 sides is 8 directions, up and low. The up above and down below. On all these 10 directions you have to give the offerings. And what should be given in each direction he will tell us now. Next sloka. Purvena Shuklanayito Nilanno Dakshinenatu Paschimena Balhi Pito Raktaschaiva Uttarenatu. Purvena, in the east, Shuklanam, white rice. Nilanno, blue or black rice. Dakshinenatu, in the south. Paschimena Balihi Pitaha, on the west side Bali should be yellow rice. Raktaschaiva Uttarenatu, on the north side it should be red color. Rice should be given on these 4 directions. And then in the next sloka it says, Yadrisham Dishi Yashyam tu Daivatam Parikalpitam Tadrishas Tatra Datavyo Balihi Mantra Purastrutaha. Along with the mantras, whoever is the presiding deity, god of each direction, that deity needs to be offered the Bali. And that is sloka number 40. Here we will know what are the directions and who is the presiding deity from the Vastu Shastra. In the Vastu Shastra we have 10 directions, Dasha Dishas. East is Indra, who is in charge of wealth. Southeast is Agneya, fire is in charge. Fire is also wealth. South is Yama, in charge of dharma. And southwest is Nairuti. Nirruti is the god, and Nirruti protects us from evils. Fifth is west, Pachima. Varuna is in charge. Varuna is the god of water, and he gives us water, copious water. And the sixth direction is northwest, is called Vayavya. Vayu is the presiding deity. He gives us business and friendship. Seventh is north, Uttara. Uttara is presiding deity, is Kubera, the god of wealth. Obviously gives wealth. Eighth is northeast, Ishanya. Ishana is the name of the god. He gives wealth and knowledge. And up is the sky, blessings and gods. Below us is Patala, demons and serpents, sins. So these are the 10 directions from the Vastu. We will stop it there, 41, and we will do the next sloka later.